We're live. I'm Lynn Sheryl.
Did you forget to say it?
Yeah,
This is Cheryl Eisenhower.
we'll be right back after this. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Cheryl. How are you today?
I am vertical, and it's Monday 3, and life's doing well.
She was Dr. Cheryl a minute ago to her puppy. We're literally talking 2 minutes ago.
Cheryl does a lot of hats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. So today we're talking about Karma 101, and you gave this to me, I think, like 3 days ago, like last week. So you've been sitting on this topic for a few days now. So I'm gonna let you. We had no chance of talking about this topic before this moment because we like to leave it live and real and talk about whatever it is about the Karma 101. So tell me what have you been sitting on this topic for a few days?
Well, I happened to have a post that reposted on
Yes, I
the
was
karma.
I'm gonna go find that and put it here. So keep talking and I'll put it up here. So go
Yeah,
ahead.
the karma. I guess I've always used that because I mean, what you put out, you get back. That's basically it. If you want to put out back, if you want to put bad out, you get bad back. So I'm the world's worst. Instead of jumping at somebody, I just sit there and think, okay, let karma fix it. Because it usually does come around to bite them in the butt.
Yeah, and um you know, some people believe in it, some people don't. Some people, you reap what you sow. I mean, there's just a lot of different ways to look at it. Some people don't believe in it. Some people swear by it. There's just
Yeah, I think everybody to a point believes.
well, and sometimes people use karma is like some people would say well, maybe I'm wrong on this one, like Murphy's law or whatever, but um and that could be misconstrued there too. I'm getting this image here, so don't mind me.
Well,
Uh,
basically, it started when it began many years ago. It was, basically, again, what you put out, you get back. It's the morals. It's based on your morals more than anything else in the very beginning. And if you hurt somebody, if you get hurt back, they always called it karma and things like that. I mean, it's just the thing about it, whether it's real, I don't know karma, the entity is real. I don't believe that. I don't believe there's a little witchy out there, the karma witch. But I do believe that if you are a rude, unreal kind of person, that's what you're going to get back. And that's just because of what people see in you. And this one, karma is like a rubber band. If you can only stretch so far before it comes back to smack you in the buddies. That's
well,
it usually does. I mean, look at people that just are not good people. They don't get good in return.
yeah, I learned so much by Rex Sykes and stuff, and a lot of people and the Bible and all these different places, and we have belief systems from the time we were little to the till yesterday or a minute ago or whatever you want to pick up or believe or whatever. But there there seems to be some coincidence, if that's what you want to call it or whatever you call it, but there there does seem to be things that we've got good, we got bad, we got negative, we got positive. Everything circulates into
Mhm.
different forms. So I do believe, for me, that if you put out, you get back what you give. I mean, it just, and then I know there's the tenfold, thing. Whatever you do, you get back. Then they go, no good deed goes
Unseen.
unseen or whatever. So there's all these different cliches and there's all these different things of way to see it. But what I believe is, what's wrong with just at least treating people with, dignity and respect and just be a good person? And and my philosophy is, as long as I try to be the best person I can be, then I don't have to worry about. And if I treat everyone like that, even the assholes that are out there, then I have to just check myself and know I even treated the asshole with dignity and respect. Then I don't have to worry what day I was good and what day I wasn't. And I get served. I mean, some might treat me like shit, but you know what? Some might treat me good. But as long as I do my part to be the best I can be, then I'll get served whatever on the other end. I don't know.
Well, everybody looks at karma as, my one of my main lines is karma's a bitch. Okay. But the thing about it is karma's the memes and everything on Facebook and all the jokes portrays karma as bad, but karma's karma. It's good or bad, reverse, whatever. But I think the people that don't believe, I think it's like they don't believe in karma doing something bad to someone. But you ask them, okay, if you do a good deed, what do you think is going to happen to you? Well, something's going to come. Oh, that's karma. And so it's whatever word you want.
So, not to spill the Southern tea out on the table here, but I do have some Southern friends that have taught me a thing or two. But even Southern people are very kind, and I learned a long time ago that when Southern people say "bless their heart," I thought they're just being really sweet.
They are, unless they say it a little different than what you do.
but
Bless, bless your heart means what here.
yeah.
Now, if I tell you to bless your heart,
But
you
again, I realize, even in society and high society, those people have it right. They know how to sarcastically put people in their place, but they also know how to politely be polite. And why do you think they get their things? You know, why are they always blessed? Because they know how to behave. Because why? They believe as long as they're nice, they're going to reap the benefits. So even the wicked people know how to be kind because they seem to know the principle of karma. I mean, think about that, people. So the kind people that are kind get pissed off, and then they get rude, and they forget their manners, and then they go rogue. That's what it seems to happen. Just saying.
well, I mean, I grew up totally Southern. They don't get a whole lot more.
No, no.
And I remember, but it's been 40 years ago, maybe. I was back when I was hanging wallpaper. That's when the big old bag phones were here.
Yep,
And they
I had one of those.
I had the first one in this town.
Me too.
I-
That back in the late 80s.
And I'm coming from work one day, and I get this phone call from a guy on the job. He said, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Sure." Now, I am,
And it
I,
was by the minute we were paying for the damn phone too. So hurry your ass up and give us.
it was an hour and 20 minutes to that particular job site. Okay. It was one of my father's ones away. And I was about halfway home. So do the math. And this guy said, "Need to ask you a question." I said, "Sure, go for it." He said, "Did you just call me a son of a bitch?" I said, "Took you a while to figure it out, didn't it?" He was just a huge jerk. And I didn't call him by those words, but I kind of talked to him.
Implications.
Implications. But it took him almost 45 minutes to figure out he'd just got his knees knocked out from under him. But that's what us Southern people do.
That's right. That's right.
It's so used. I think that's why you don't find the Southern people standing around just literally cursing somebody out. Okay?
Mhm.
Because we can be nice to you and you'll get the same meaning.
Yep. Well, that's how us Long Island people can be too.
Y'all can be rude.
Yeah, well, that's yeah, that's why we make the show really good sometimes. But no, seriously, karma. I mean, my kids, they're like my youngest reminded me next year they'll all be in their 30s. They still don't get my humor. They don't even know when I'm joking because to them it's just being sarcastic. But seriously, you know, um, if we realize being kind to people and just treat them the way you want to be treated. But it is funny though, some people can be truly rude, and yet when you treat them exactly the way they're treating you in their tone, their same demeanor and tone, they don't like it. They don't receive it and they don't get it.
They can, people like that can dish
Dish it
it out.
out, but they
That's what
can't
we
take it.
call it here. They can dish it out, but they can't eat it. So,
Right.
And that's probably a lot of the temperaments that goes on nowadays. I mean, when I was growing up, maybe it happened and I just didn't see it. I never ever remember road rage. I never remember anybody blowing the horn
Oh,
at
you and I weren't on the same roads back then.
Huh?
You and I weren't on the same roads back then because I had road rage back then.
I could have got out. If I would have lived up where you're at with my age, I'd probably got out and just probably
Oh,
got.
I used to drive down south. Trust me, I used to go through North Carolina to get down to Florida back then. Me and my car phone.
That was one of the things after y'all started migrating this way.
Yeah,
When the horns would start blowing, it's like there's another Yankee.
that's
So
right. We just didn't have social media to blare it out. Is all.
well, I mean, but we were polite. If somebody needed to pass, we moved over a little bit.
Right.
We let them go by. Unless, without some extenuating circumstances, somebody ill in your car and you're trying to get to the doctor,
Yeah.
you didn't ride up on somebody's thing. And that's the way I grew up. And I also grew up not locking my doors ever.
Well,
I mean, now you have to lock your doors and you have to drive so defensively. That's, you look back and you always say it was better in the past. That was better.
well, like I said, I think the word karma is something you could talk for years and months and whatever. And what's not going to change is people realizing that it's just as simple to be kind to people, respect people, and respect people how you want to be respected. It's easier said than done because people just don't do it. They just
Well,
feel and the word is always thrown out there, the entitlement, but they always feel justified to have their reasons to treat somebody that way.
I mean,
Like when you have a product or a business that you're mad at the service, but the person answering the phone isn't the one that actually did that. They're just working for the company. You don't need to take it out on them. But the first thing I do if I have a complaint, I go, I'm sorry, I'm upset about something. And I know you personally aren't at fault, but I'm just letting you know I'm not happy with the service right now. And they're very kind. They're very kind because I, say that.
a lot of people do not even attempt to be nice.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it was in the upbringing, in the time that they were brought up, in the location that they were brought up in. I mean, we were brought up to respect our elders, regardless. You respected your elders. And the thing about it is, Mel, I think it's some people just cannot make themselves be nice. And it's not that they're bad, it's just, I don't think they honestly know how.
Yeah. Well, and the sad thing is people don't understand the nice side. The nice thing about being nice to other people is that when you explain that if you're feeling a certain way or you've been disserviced or something, when you explain that you're going through something or something went wrong, the person listening can see the bright side. The bright side of telling somebody that you're not happy with the service is that they can make it better. They can fix it. They have the solution to fix the problem. But if you come off being an asshole, then they got a reason to say, well, you got a problem and I don't know if I want to fix it. So then where's karma going to get you then?
I mean, with our clients, we have to work with our customer service reps all the time. Not that they're not good, but just how to shake it off if they have a bad call. They've got to shake it off before they pick that phone back up and not carry it to the next one, because that's so easy when you're at that threshold of choke you, that you've got to back off. You got to take a breath. It's just the same way when you meet somebody on the street and they're a jerk.
Right.
That next person may not be a jerk. Don't carry it on with you.
Right. Well,
There's where karma's at, I believe. I think
right.
it's in those small. Yeah, there's big instances, but if you're going to pull karma, just pull it in the everyday one-on-ones, and be nice, or at least be compatible.
Yeah. And just remember, like they say, you reap what you sow, but don't sow weeds, because that's gonna be nasty. When they grow, they can be ugly things to look at and deal with.
They grow a whole lot faster than grass.
They do, they do. So, do we have any final words on this topic? Because we
Uh,
beat the karma out of this, and I'm done with bad karma or good karma. I just say, so go ahead.
the main thing is treat others like you wanted to be treated. If you want to be treated like a jerk, have at it.
Yeah.
Most of us can reply back in the same treatment. But always remember, the next person you talk to may be the person that you influence most in life. Don't let karma come back to haunt you there.
I love that. And the bright side of all this is that what happened yesterday was yesterday. You have every minute to make things right now. And yeah, you may pay for some things you did in the past, but you know, some people call it the karma train, the karma bus, the whatever, but just do, when you know better, you're supposed to do better. And if you don't do better, you know,
It's your problem.
that's right. And only you can fix it. Don't, the buck stops with you. Stop the blaming, and take take it by the horns. And so, as always, Sheryl, I love spending this time with you. I appreciate you so much, and I love you very much.
Love you too. Be nice.
All right. Love you guys. Have a good one. Bye.
You're like a